The only word that comes to you is like overjoyed, and not because of the gold medal, not because of world records, but because you've done something that allows our nation to unite in celebration. And as a young person, that's all you can ever hope for. Uguti, you'll go down in history books as that guy who made South Africa proud. Uguti, they'll remember as Mhlongo or Mpumelelo Mhlongo, doesn't matter. You at some point in your history can say, our family contributed to making this nation smile. I think the big thing on any preparation is that at some point you need to realize what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. So often, we went to Rio, didn't get it quite right. We went to Tokyo, COVID was in the way, so we didn't get it quite right. And then finally, my coaching team sat me down and said, Lalela Mpumelelo, you need to understand that we know what we are doing. Well, yes, we've made mistakes along the way, but you need to relinquish that control and have trust. If you have full trust in us that we will get you there in the best shape of your life, then all we need from you is just to execute. When we say do this, you just say how much? Do you want 100% or 80% today? So every single session that we had for the last 4 years, I always had one question to my coach: what is the purpose of today? And if he says happiness, that's all I do. So creating that level of joy just made us fall in love with the sports again. And when you're a happy athlete, you're a dangerous athlete. I'm very fortunate in the fact that my main coach, Jason Serenyana, I've been with since the beginning, since I literally started the sport. So it's from 2014, it's 10 years down the line, me and him. But when I moved up to Johannesburg, we sought assistance from the great Roger Haitengi as one of our coaches. Then he took over as the coach who's going to take us to Paris, because he could see me on a daily basis. So, and that is now 3 years down the line. So I think the combination of those two, who used to be competitors in the triple jump against Ukhoto Mokoena, is what really created this new dynamic of what have we missed in the past and what can we add to ensure that no matter what happens, we still arrive as the best version of ourselves at the world stage. When you're a world record holder in both the sprints and jumps, you start to feel that you're doing the Carl Lewis doubles. But I think I have the most fun in the long jump, only because in the long jump you've got 6 opportunities to really engage with the crowd. It's over an hour, so it becomes more of a performance. It's a performance art, whereas the 100 is it's unrelenting and unforgiving. The 100, you do one mistake and then that's it, you at 6th place, no matter how good you are, how ready you are. And it came from the great Usain Bolt, who said, I'll take the 200 over the 100 any day, because you just get out the blocks in the wrong way and people are past you. So I definitely enjoy the jumps a lot more because of the interaction with the crowd. It's really hard to compare, what is more difficult than another. And often I used to say that, it's more difficult if you a person living with a disability, because it's not just about the training and hard work, it's also about the management of the sort of support your deficiency needs to give you. But I was with the Olympians at the Olympic training camp in Mpumelelo, and I was proven wrong, and I can say wholeheartedly, I'm sorry. It takes just as much effort to be an Olympian as it is a Paralympian. The only difference is that they feel a lot more of the societal pressures, because there's this massive expectations that if you are a South African Olympic athlete, you are going to be Wade van Niekerk. You're going to run a world record, and that's not a real expectation. We can't always be running world records and getting gold medals. The world is a competitive space. And as a Paralympian, we don't get so much of that societal pressure. The only thing that happens is people wake up every 4 years and realize we exist. And then when they do realize we exist, the expectation is that we'll get more medals in the Paralympics than the Olympics, especially here in South Africa. So that's the nuance between the two. But I think it takes just as much to really work through being at the top of your game in any sporting code. That phantom toes nickname comes from, obviously there's this condition of the phantom limb, whereby you feel pain even though you don't have a limb to associate that pain with. So because I have a congenital deformity where I was born without toes, in our sports they say that if you don't have a big toe, you don't have stability, and if you don't have toes, you can't toe off. And the main thing that you need to do when you sprint and when you jump is you need to toe off. So me and my coach and physios said, we'll find a way to toe off without toe, because our toes are phantom. So they exist in the fictitious mind, and if they exist there, we'll show it when we compete. At the moment, to celebrate, enjoy this new joy that we found that we can share with the country, and then we'll get to planning in a month or so in terms of what the future looks like for us.